Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cyril Dazel, The Fire of Heaven, a fort in the game Dwarf Fortress. So, let's continue building our primary defenses. And let's start with the second wall. And this floor is going to be used for my archers to stand on later on. So the first floor will mainly be a defensive wall so that they can't shoot in directly at my dwarves or animals, and the second wall will be where my ranged soldiers are stationed. So let's start protecting our area. We need to remove some ramps because, well, it's a bad thing if they accident or if they are able to get in up on top of our walls, then they don't really make any difference. Why can't I do that? Strange. The mouse doesn't seem to work down here for some reason. And okay. Well, let's remove these first anyway. And we'll build a wall here so that they can't get here from the edge of the map. Oh, they are running up onto the wall from the outside, so this is what the enemy could do as well. But they won't do that for long since we're going to seal it off. And we have our poults have hatched. That's great. Now, sometime next year, I think it's 1 year, the poults will have grown to full-sized adults. Then we have basically an infinite source of food if we want it. We could check the animals to see which ones we want to save for breeding, and then we could butcher the rest of them, or we could just use them for eggs. Doesn't really matter. So let's remove some ramps. Now it works. This is strange. And okay. So oh, we just have to move the window. Seems that there's some minor bugs in the mouse interface. Although really the mouse is just a bonus to be able to use. So not really something that's high on the fix-it list. Let's designate a whole lot of these. Whoa. They're still going from the ground, so let's start removing some of these ramps. And now they're starting to be able to go from the inside of the walls, so the floor on the second level should be getting done a lot faster now. And they seem to be done with that piece of the floor. So let's do this side. And some more here. There's some hunting going on around here. The alligator, slightly injured, and our hunter is uninjured, so that's a good thing at least. Accomplished marks dwarf and a professional archer, as well as an accomplished ambusher, so he's a really good ranged unit. And well, of course his kills speak for themselves in the fact that he brings in a lot of food to our wards without us having to butcher our own animals. So let's start with some more copper. I think we need some more bolts shortly. He can't really hunt without them. And the ramps are more or less removed. So let's keep some of them so that we can get to all the areas where we want to remove the ramps. And the floor on the second level is starting to shape up. And we have 2 bars of copper, so that should be enough to make some bolts, I think. And an animal got in the way. As usual. There. And our hunter seems to be chasing down a duck now. He killed that alligator previously. And the rooms should have been done a while ago. I just forgot about them. So let's start placing down beds. And the screw pump. Pump from the north and just place it down. Let's put the animal trainer on the best person for the job. And a pump operator, so that we can actually do something with that pump once it's constructed into place, or built into place. And let's seal these openings up before someone decides that it's a good idea to swim when we don't know how to swim. Yes. And build some more floor. Our work orders seem to be progressing in moderately fast fashion. So let's make some more bolts. And a tannery, so that we don't waste all that leather. Leatherworks. This place is as good as any for now. It's not really a definite placement at the moment, it's just I don't really know where to put it. And let's remove the leather from this stockpile. We have one tanner and one leather worker. That's okay, I guess. So let's smelt some more iron. And then make some pig iron and some steel bars. We have 6 copper. So that should be enough for now. And we need some more bins, because our stockpiles are being filled with single items instead of the fact that you can put a lot of stuff inside of one bin. Something is strange, no one is taking these bedrooms. Why aren't they taking the bedrooms? And screw pump is designed and finished. So let's start pumping water onto the second level of our well. Three more bedrooms are completed. And let's put away these ducklings. And some more poles. And we can tame a small animal. So, this is our to-do list that I was planning to do during this second year. So, building a well is complete. The nest boxes is complete, as well as the poultry industry. Just takes time before it's actually up and running, but it's all built. Maybe some more nest boxes. More ores are dug out. I actually found iron, so that's a good thing. And the rest, we'll see how much of it we'll be able to make. The wall is partly constructed, so that will probably be completed this year. And we are starting to have lots of plants. A lot of pigtails and stuff. Let's remove plump helmets during winter so that we don't get too much. Because, well, it's not too bad actually to have too much food. The problem is if you don't have enough storage space for it, you might run into problems. Let's set up the precision of our bookkeeper so that he has more stuff to do, since the management doesn't take too long for him anymore. And they are continuing on the walls. Let's put the rock pots at the top so that we can actually brew. And suspend the toys and the crafts, since we don't really need too much of it. Ooh, look, a lot of fancy long names. Cobaltite figurine. The Ascension of the Dwarf Cold Gleeful Wind. And then there's this one. Ooh, this seems to be about the founding of something. I'm not really sure. In the year 1, so that's 251 years ago in Dwarven history. And this seems to be about some of my dwarves. Mistem Sötadil, yes. It's actually a short story about one of my dwarves in my own fort, so the complexity of this game is just too fun to think about. They just do a lot of fun stuff. Let's start putting some of our gems onto our finished crafts so that we are prepared once the traders arrive. Encrusting finished goods. And the wall is starting to take shape. Almost completed chopping down all those trees again. And we seem to have both the things that will rot outside, as well as the things that are hard remains, like shells and skeletons. We will be making some kind of indoor storage for things that won't rot in a while. And we had missed one of the pets, so should be better now. And let's put in the rest of the poles into the cage. And we have a live toad and a live turtle. And still no one is taking these rooms. Oh well, let's just assign them manually. That way I know that they will be somewhat happy at least. I wonder why they aren't actually taking them on their own. Oh well. Doesn't really take that long for me to manually, but I thought actually they were going to do it, or take the rooms as they saw fit. There. Let's start the side walls. I think I will need to make an additional stockpile near the western wall as well. But let's get the miners to finish these rooms. And let's make a final a top floor. Well, it seems to be more water in the well at least. And once again we've run out of rock pots for our brewers. We just have too much other food stuff that gets stored in them. Oh well. Twenty more rock pots. So let's assign these rooms since they are done. We had a wife and a couple. Let's put the workers first. The children's happiness aren't as important for the function of our fortress and our survival. They will get a room soon enough. It's better that the dwarves that are useful get the amount of sleep they need. Since all children do is run around and have fun all day, they have enough happiness. They don't need to work. They won't work. Unless you cheat, of course. And we've run out of coffers. Oh well. The coppers isn't all important to the rooms. It's just a good thing to have. Well, see you guys next time.